Now that we've completed all of the fields in the average hours screen, the proposed schedule and schedule warning messages now say the worker info must be completed first. It no longer mentions the need to complete the average hours screen. So let's go to the worker info screen. In the worker info screen, a window will appear again that notifies you about the guidelines that are available in the worker info screen that you can use to help you with this screen. Check the "Don't show this message in this screen again" box if you want, and click OK. Click on any of the bullet points to further elaborate on them. Click again to deselect. At the top of the screen, you'll see the navigation menu. Click on any of these buttons to navigate to a different screen. Obviously, the Go to Proposed Schedule and the Go to Schedule buttons are currently grayed out. If you want to close the navigation menu, click the Close Menu tab. Click the Open Menu tab to show the menu again. The top section of the worker info screen is the Cumulative Worker Cost and Hours section. This section is read-only, so you will not be completing anything in this section. You will complete the yellow fields in the sections below. And once every required field is complete, the Cumulative Worker Cost and Hours section at the top will automatically populate the totals. I'll show you what I mean. By default, there will be one worker section, worker 1 of 1. You'll see that there are several fields with a default value. You'll be able to change any of these default values if needed. Let's go through each field. The type field allows you to select what worker type you want to enter. The options are worker and consultant. Depending on what selection you choose, the appropriate fields will populate in this section for you to complete. The salary field is where you'll simply enter the worker's annual salary. If you're not sure what their annual salary is, but you know their hourly wage, for instance, you can click on Show Calculator. The salary calculator will appear. There are 4 fields that need to be completed. If any of these fields are already completed in the worker info screen, the calculator will automatically provide those values in the salary calculator. For instance, the 52 weeks was already in the worker info screen, so the calculator automatically shows 52 in its weeks per year field. Fill out each of the 4 fields, and as you do so, you'll see the red asterisk next to the field change to a green check mark. Click Calculate. If the calculated salary looks okay, click Submit. You'll go back to the worker info screen, and you'll notice the calculated salary is now shown in the salary field. You'll also see that the weeks and hours per week fields are populated with the figures from the calculator as well. Taxes benefits field can be entered as a percentage or as a dollar figure. If you enter the taxes benefits as a percentage, the appropriate dollar figure will automatically calculate. If you enter it as a dollar figure, the appropriate percentage figure will calculate. The travel field shows a default value. However, you can change that if desired. The overhead rate shows a value by default, and you can change this as desired as well. You can enter the overhead rate as a percentage or as a dollar figure, just like the taxes benefits field. Notice the red triangle in the corner of the field. That indicates that you can hover your mouse over this field to view a hidden comment. The variance field can be entered as a percentage or as a dollar figure, just like the taxes benefits field. Hover your mouse over the field to view the hidden comments. The weeks field provides a default value. However, you can change that if desired. Enter the worker's hours per week in the hours per week field. Enter the worker's PTO days per year in the less PTO field. Enter the hours per week spent on non-SWAN work in the less NPH field. Hover your mouse over the field to view the hidden comment. You'll now notice that the warning message underneath the Worker 1 of 1 heading is no longer there, indicating you completed all of the required fields in this worker section. You can also enter a name in the name field, but it's not a requirement to proceed. Entering a name in the worker section is for informational purposes only. Now that all the fields in the worker section have been filled out, the cumulative worker costs and hours section at the top populates with the totals. However, if we want to add more workers, by clicking the Add a Worker button, the cumulative worker costs and hours section at the top will be blank again, since there are now some fields, blank fields in some of the worker sections. Fill out the newly added section as desired. Add more workers if necessary. To remove one or more of the worker sections, Click the Remove a Worker button. You can choose to remove multiple workers if you want, but for this example, I'm just going to remove worker 3. To reset the worker info screen entirely, click the Reset All Worker Info button. Let me quickly fill out the worker sections again. Once I completed that last field, you'll see that the Go to Proposed Schedule and Go to Schedule buttons are not grayed out anymore. In addition, the cumulative worker cost and hours section at the top shows the totals again from all the worker sections below. I'll clear one of the required fields and you'll see those buttons get grayed out again. Let me add that right back in there. Now let's go to the proposed schedule. I can click Go to Proposed Schedule now that it's clickable, but I'll go back to the main menu screen to see if it's accessible that way too. Before I leave the screen though, notice the total costs, total available hours per year, and total available hours per month, and minimum desired rate per hours in the cumulative worker cost and hours section. You'll see these numbers used in the proposed schedule and the schedule screens.